Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 168 Hours with me, Hafiz Abdusattar. In the next 30 minutes, we will bring you the most significant happenings of the past 7 days. Stay tuned. President Dr. Mohammad Moiz explains the rationale behind recent constitutional amendments, describing them as measures taken in the best interest of the Maldivian people.
President Dr. Mohammad Moiz assured the public that the government will not terminate existing subsidies and the Asanda coverage extended to the citizens. He made the announcement while addressing the people of Mathiveri Alif Alif Atoll as part of his ongoing tour to select islands in the Alif Alif and Kaf atolls. In his address, the president clarified the recent changes to the subsidies offered by the government. He reiterated that despite the government taking strong measures to reduce expenditure, the subsidies and Asanda coverage as well as retirement pensions will not be affected. He highlighted that the current administration had achieved and continues to achieve economic growth and establish infrastructural development without having to resort to practices such as money printing, while also ensuring the state does not go into bankruptcy. He described the government's fiscal approach as a key policy of his administration. President Dr. Moiz further outlined that a necessary reform that must be implemented in the subsidy system was to prevent wasteful expenditure and prevent undue profiteering. He further revealed that some medicines are sold at the Maldives at 1,000 times their actual cost, including some of the most commonly sold 250 medicines in the Maldives. The government has now brought changes to Asanda to tackle this issue, such that high-quality medicines are imported to the Maldives through a bulk procurement system, with the state trading organization maintaining affordable prices for these medicines. He also urged private pharmaceutical companies to adhere to the government policies. The Maldives is one of the countries where high-volume subsidies are provided to citizens relative to its population. While the government-provided subsidies cover all essential services, international financial entities have recommended reducing these subsidies to cut down costs during Maldives' current economic woes. However, these agencies have also acknowledged and praised the government's efforts to minimize wastage.
President Dr. Mohammad Moiz assures the public that the government will not terminate existing subsidies and national health insurance policy Asanda coverage extended to the citizens.
President Dr. Moiz explained the rationale behind recent constitutional amendments while addressing the residents of Mathiveri Alif Alif Atoll as part of his ongoing tour to select islands in Alif Alif and Kaf atolls. During his address, the president explained the necessity for the amendments and the benefits they would bring to the people. He highlighted 5 key changes brought to the Maldives constitution, including amendments on the Maldives territory, the transfer of Maldivian territory to foreign parties or for military use, conditions for parliament membership, seeking the public's opinion before bringing changes to the constitution, as well as amendments to the responsibilities of the president. President Dr. Moiz detailed that despite 5 significant changes brought to the constitution, the only amendment receiving public attention was the changes affecting parliamentarians. However, he emphasized that all 5 amendments are designed to bring power to the people and strengthen democratic principles. He noted that the amendments would bring stability and development to the country while protecting the country's independence and sovereignty.
President Dr. Mohammad Moiz reaffirms the administration's unwavering commitment to actively fulfill the campaign pledges made during the presidential elections for the years 2025 and 2026.
President Dr. Mohammad Moiz reiterated his administration's commitment to fulfill the campaign pledges made during the presidential elections for the years 2025 and 2026. Addressing the community of Toddu Alif Alif Atoll during his ongoing 2-day tour of several islands in Alif Alif and Kaf atolls, President Dr. Moiz underscored his commitment to ensuring equitable services closer to people. Highlighting the industrious and creative nature of Toddu residents, President Dr. Moiz noted that the island boasts a flourishing tourism and farming sector. Citing this, he assured that the administration aims to further promote and develop these sectors, providing the necessary support to the Toddu Island Council, which had previously established a local council authority company to enhance economic activities. Furthermore, President Dr. Muizzu also reiterated his administration's dedication to assisting residents in seeking investments and other economic opportunities. He noted that his focus is on delivering equitable services to all citizens, stating that all citizens are equal, so equitable services must be provided to all. Addressing the current state of the island, the President acknowledged that the current condition of the island's roads requires improvement and announced plans for a road construction project tailored to the community's needs. He assured that the 2025 budget will include funds to expand healthcare services on the island, addressing challenges such as the need for a larger healthcare center and improved waste management facilities. President Dr. Muizzu concluded by stressing that 2025 and 2026 will be years to witness constructive efforts being made to deliver the administration's electoral pledges in a structured manner across the country.
President Dr. Mohamed Moiz announces the government will commence supplying fuel to fishermen in 4 islands across the country at the same rates offered by the State Trading Organization, STO, in Male starting Tuesday.
President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu announced that the government will commence supplying fuel to fishermen in 4 islands across the country at the same rates offered by the State Trading Organization in Male City starting Tuesday. This announcement was made during his address to the residential community of Gafaru today. In an effort to supply fuel to fishermen in the islands at the same rates offered by STO in Male City, the administration initiated a project on 7th November to develop fuel storage facilities in every atoll. President Dr. Muizzu stated that the initial plan was to develop fuel storage facilities in each atoll every month over the next year. He revealed that work has been progressing ahead of schedule and the government is now ready to commence the supply of fuel to fishermen from 4 islands starting Tuesday. The islands are Himafushi in Kaf Atoll, Kuddu in Gafalif Atoll, Felivaru in Lavian Atoll, and Hurumidu in Addo City. Highlighting these developments, President Dr. Muizzu underscored the importance his administration places on completing the development of the fuel storage facilities. The administration also prioritizes providing fuel to fishermen from the most suitable locations. Recognizing fuel as a basic necessity, President Dr. Muizzu pledged to provide petrol and diesel from 1 island in each atoll at the same rates offered by STO in Male. As part of this initiative, the administration aims to facilitate easier access to petrol and diesel for both fishermen and the public. STO is overseeing the implementation of the project. This initiative, which involves the development of fuel storage facilities across 19 islands, is projected to be completed by February 2026.
Speaker of Parliament Abdul Rahim Abdullah asserts the administration has consistently adhered to constitutional and legal standards without committing any acts that contravene the law.
Speaker of the Parliament Abdul Rahim has asserted that the administration of President Dr. Mohamed Moiz has consistently adhered to constitutional and legal standards without committing any acts that contravene the law. In a recent interview with PSM News, the Speaker highlighted the significant achievements of the Parliament's last session for the year, highlighting the numerous works accomplished. He highlighted that one of the most significant accomplishments was the amendment to the Constitution. He characterized these amendments as initiatives aimed at further empowering the people. He observed that following the constitutional amendments, public discourse, particularly among those opposed to the administration, predominantly focused on issues related to floor crossing in the Parliament. Nonetheless, he added that the constitutional amendments address far more crucial issues. Speaker Abdul Rahim said that one of the key changes implemented is the recruitment for parliamentary endorsement prior to permitting foreign military operations within the country. He added that this measure represents a significant effort by the administration to further empower the people. He said that the ruling People's National Congress (PNC) remains committed to upholding constitutional supremacy and restoring the respect that was diminished under the previous administrations. He also reiterated that President Dr. Mohamed Moiz's administration has adhered to constitutional and legal frameworks, refraining from any actions that could be considered unconstitutional or in breach of law. Speaker Abdur Rahim went on to say that despite the opposition's accusation of constitutional and legal violations by the administration has solely undertaken actions aimed at protecting and empowering the people and their rights. His remarks coincide with President Dr. Moise's defense of the constitutional amendments introduced by his administration. Addressing the residential community of Mathiveri Alif Alif Atoll on 8 December, President Dr. Moise asserted that the constitutional amendments were clearly designed to empower the people, provided that political bias is set aside.
The High Commissioner of Maldives to the United Kingdom, Dr. Irtisham Adam, presents her letter of credence to King Charles III.
High Commissioner of the Maldives to the United Kingdom, Dr. Irtisham Adam, has presented her letter of credence to King Charles. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in a statement, said that the King congratulated the High Commissioner on her appointment and expressed desire to strengthening the long-standing traditional ties of friendship and cooperation with the Maldives during a special ceremony held at Buckingham Palace. Dr. Irtisham Adam conveyed greetings from President Dr. Mohammad Moise to the King and reiterated the commitment of the Maldives government to work closely with the UK in areas of mutual interest. The ceremony was followed by a reception hosted at St. James Court, London, a Taj Hotel. Among those in attendance were the Commonwealth Secretary-General, ambassadors and high commissioners from SAARC and Commonwealth countries, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps Ambassador Ivan Romero Martinez of Honduras, and representatives from the Maldives South Asia Department at the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. Additionally, senior officials from the Commonwealth Secretariat, co-chairs of the Maldives UK All-Party Parliamentary Group, senior officials of the UK government and international organizations, media and Maldivian diaspora were also present at the event. President Dr. Mohammad Moise presented Dr. Irtisham her credentials as the new High Commissioner to the United Kingdom on 7th May after the Parliament on 29th April approved her nomination.
A devastating fire in a government building in Male City early Thursday brings 3 separate ministries to a halt with public service temporarily suspended.
A devastating fire in a government building in the capital Male early Thursday has brought 3 separate ministries to a halt with public services temporarily suspended. The building, which houses the Ministry of Housing, Land and Urban Development, the Ministry of Construction and Infrastructure, and the Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy, has been severely damaged almost beyond use. In 3 separate statements, the ministries said that the fire had crippled their operations and that they have been forced to suspend public services for now. However, the Construction Ministry and the Environment Ministry said that they were trying to work out a solution to resume services. Meanwhile, the Housing Ministry said that it was switching most of its services to a building in the reclaimed suburb Hurumale. The fire was reported just after sunrise and the Fire and Rescue Services of the Maldives National Defence Force (MNDF) had worked hard for hours before the blaze was finally brought under control. In response to the emergency, the National Disaster Management Authority (NDMA) said that it identified around 50 people in need of assistance following the fire. NDMA Chief Hisan Hassan told PSM News that it was ready to provide shelter and financial assistance to those in need, adding that rescuers are doing a rapid assessment of the houses around the vicinity of the fire. Thick smoke emanating from the fire had spread to large parts of the capital city, with the Ministry of Health urging caution. The Health Ministry has advised to seek immediate medical care if experiencing breathing difficulties or dizziness, adding that people with respiratory and heart conditions would be more vulnerable to the effects of smoke inhalation. It has also urged the public to close doors and windows to prevent smoke from entering and to steer clear of smoke-affected areas unless absolutely necessary. According to the authorities, despite the severe damage to the building, no one was hurt in the incident.
The Parliament adopts the government-proposed foreign currency bill, Forex bill, designed to mitigate the ongoing foreign currency shortage in the country.
The Parliament on Thursday adopted the government-proposed foreign currency bill, Forex bill, designed to mitigate the ongoing foreign currency shortage in the country. The bill, which mandates tourism facilities to exchange a portion of their foreign earnings through local banks, was passed with a majority vote of 56 lawmakers. The Forex bill, drafted by the Maldives Monetary Authority (MMA) with input from various stakeholders, was presented to the parliament by parliamentarian Ibrahim Falah. Following its introduction, the bill was reviewed by the Parliament's Public Accounts Committee behind closed doors. After consideration and some amendments, the committee endorsed the bill on Thursday, paving the way for parliamentary approval. The bill mandates tourist resorts to exchange either $500 per tourist or 20% of their monthly foreign income through the banking system. Other tourism facilities, including guest houses and safari vessels, must exchange $25 per tourist or 20% of their foreign earnings every month. Among the amendments included in the final bill are provisions to increase the age limit for children exempt from requirements from 10 to 12 years old. Tourist resorts experiencing financial difficulties may also apply for a reduction in the percentage of foreign income required to be exchanged, subject to approval by the central bank. The passage of Forex bill comes at a time when lawmakers have been advocating for solutions to address the foreign currency shortage that has impacted the country's economy.
The government proposes a new law to the parliament on gang-related and other dangerous crimes, aiming to empower authorities amid a major crackdown on local gangs.
The government proposes a new law to the parliament on gang-related and other crimes, aiming to empower authorities amid a major crackdown on local gangs. The bill, sponsored by parliamentarian Mustafa Hussain, has included severe penalties for gang-related and organized crime, affording more powers to relevant authorities to clamp down local gangs operating throughout the country. The proposed new law also aims to rehabilitate those involved in such crimes and assist in their return to the society, along with establishing special mechanisms to monitor such individuals. According to the bill, founding and operating an organized criminal group has been listed as a criminal offense, which carries a 25-year prison sentence and a fine between $13,000 and $650. Aiding and abetting an organized criminal group will carry an 18-year prison sentence along with a fine between $6,500 and $325,000. Additionally, recruitment to an organized criminal group has also been specified as a criminal offense with a 20-year prison sentence and a fine between $6,500 and $455,000. Furthermore, child recruitment has been declared as a more serious offense, which carries a 25-year prison sentence and a fine between $13,000 and $650. Aiding and abetting recruitment and intimidating witnesses are also criminal offenses under the proposed new law. The bill also carries a fine between $6,500 to $6.5 million for legal entities for any involvement in an organized crime. According to the bill, the Prosecutor General can pursue seizure of ill-gotten assets and funds of organized criminal groups and individuals associated with such groups through the court. The proposed new law provides for severe penalties for murder, assault, kidnapping, intimidation, and serious physical injury resulting in the use of a weapon, with the death penalty reserved for murder, while those who commit other crimes face larger fines and long prison sentences. The bill would give law enforcement authorities the power to stop, search and arrest a person without a warrant if suspected of committing serious organized crimes, crimes using weapons, possession of weapons, manufacture and importation of such weapons, and will also give enforcement agencies wide-ranging powers to prevent such crimes.
Minister of Defense Mohammad Ghassan Mamoon says the administration of President Dr. Mohamed Moise is dedicated to safeguarding the safety and protection of all citizens, including within the digital realm.
Defense Minister Ghassan says that the administration of President Dr. Mohamed Moise is dedicated to safeguarding the safety and protection of all its citizens, including within the digital realm. Speaking as the guest of honor at the opening ceremony of the Cyber Expo 2024, organized by the Maldives Police Service MPS, Minister Ghassan underscored the administration's dedication to cyber security. In his address, the minister highlighted that as the Maldives advances in the technological sector, President Dr. Moise places a special emphasis on safeguarding the country's independence and sovereignty. He said that the administration is diligently working to uphold laws, maintain a safe and peaceful nation, and protect all citizens, both offline and online. He also noted the increasing reliance on technological advancements in the Maldives, particularly in business transactions, essential needs, and personal matters. While acknowledging the numerous benefits and conveniences brought by technology, he also warned of the risk it poses to national security. He cited instances where citizens' personal information had been compromised, leading to significant damage. Reiterating the administration's policy, the minister stated that the president is committed to ensuring the safety and protection of all citizens in the cyber domain, just as in the physical community. He described the Cyber Expo as a significant effort towards enforcing this policy and enhancing cyber security measures.
Maldives Inland Revenue Authority MIRA reports the state collected $122.57 million in November 2024.
MIRA has reported that the state has collected $122.57 million in November 2024, a 13.2% increase compared to the same period in 2023. According to MIRA, this significant boost in revenue is attributed to several key factors. It said the receipt of land acquisition and conversion fees, as well as lease period extension fees, played a major role in this increase. Additionally, increments in airport taxes and fees and the Goods and Services Tax (GST) were observed for the month. Tourist arrivals also saw a notable rise, with an 8.5% increase in October 2024 compared to October 2023. This surge significantly contributed to the increase in airport taxes and fees. The revenue for November 2024 also surpassed the state's projections by 19.7%. MIRA reported that the higher-than-expected revenue was primarily driven by land acquisition and conversion fees, lease period extension fees, and increments in the Tourism Goods and Services Tax (TGST). It added that these one-off payments had a positive impact on overall revenue, leading to a favorable outcome compared to projections. GST accounted for the largest portion of the collected revenue, with $70.7 million representing 57.9% of the total. MIRA also collected $11.13 million in land acquisition and conversion fees, $6.04 million in airport development fees, and $6.03 million in income tax. Other sources of income included $5.93 million from departure tax and $5.56 million from green tax. A significant portion of income, 88.17%, was paid in US dollars.
The Human Rights Commission of the Maldives, HRCM, emphasizes that promoting sentiments that encourage violence is against the spirit of the right to freedom of expression.
HRCM emphasized that promoting sentiments that encourage violence is against the spirit of the right to freedom of expression. The statement follows recent remarks by members of the opposition, Maldivian Democratic Party (MDP), at a party rally, where statements encouraging hatred and violence were expressed and echoed. HRCM asserted that every citizen is assured the right to express their thoughts and ideologies within the tenets of Islam, whether through tongue, pen, or any other means, by Article 27 of the Constitution. The Commission stressed that while the right to freedom of expression is a broadly guaranteed right in the Constitution, it must be exercised responsibly and within limits, while also maintaining respect for the rights of others. It reiterated that expressions inciting hatred and violence and compromise the peace and interests of the society is contradictory to the true essence of the freedom of expression assured by Article 27 of the Constitution. Strongly condemning such actions, the rights watchdog expressed concern and urged political parties and their leaders to refrain from such behavior. HRCM also called on the public to exercise their constitutional right to freedom of expression with respect for human dignity and rights, while refraining from creating unrest or encouraging violence. The Commission urged political parties to avoid harming the reputation or the physical well-being of individuals and to maintain the same standard during party events in the best interest of the public. The HRCM concluded their statement by urging political parties to conduct their activities peacefully within the legal framework.
And that's all we have for this week's 168 Hours. Stay tuned for more updates in our next program. Have a good day.
ಮಗುಮತಿಗೆ ಸಲಾಮತ ರಕ್ಕಾತಿರಿಕಮಂ ಹೆದಿಫಾವಾ ಕವಾದುತಕ ಸಮಾಲು ವೆಲವ್ವ ಫಿಹಾರತಕ ಮಿಸ್ಕಿತವ್ವಣ್ಣ ದೊರು ಬಂದುವಾಗುತ್ತ ಪಾಕು ನುಕುರವ್ವ ಉಳಂದೆಗ್ ಓವರ್ಟೇಕ್ ಕುರಾಯರು ಓವರ್ಟೇಕ್ ಕುರುಮುಗೆ ಕವಾದುತಕ ಸಮಾಲು ವೆಲವ್ವ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟವ್ವುರೆ ಬಾರಣ್ಣುದುವ್ವ